Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LZ. It's been a while, hasn't it? After a lengthy silence, Hello Games releases news today about a new upcoming content update that we'll hopefully see soon, with some exciting information around it, and a new patch that dropped just today. All of that and more right here in the LZ. Well, isn't this a surprise? Welcome back to the LZ. I know it's been forever, my God. But truth be told, if you've been following me on Twitter at the LZ Tweets, you'd know that I've expressed a little bit of displeasure with Beyond. I'm not mad at it, but definitely sort of underwhelming. Maybe some more content on that here pretty soon, though. I'm not gonna really make this video about that, but we're gonna be talking some exciting stuff here about the upcoming update for No Man's Sky, because they dropped a pretty cool update on their own website here titled Beyond Development Update 3, in which they covered a few different topics. Firstly, they congratulated us on our great progress on the second event to unlock likenesses of Travelers, Gemini, Mercury, and Ares. And then they dropped patch 2.15 today on all platforms. And along with a bunch of notes on some various things that were fixed, they also added some new improvements to the game, as well as weekend missions. Now, what's unique about these is, well, I'll just read it from the site. Very shortly, the Space Anomalies first weekend mission will go live. Nada's space-time loom has detected a concerning pattern resonating across the universe, and they need help from their explorer friends to investigate readings indicate a disturbance in reality where anomalous and possibly sinister force has begun to leak through to this universe. And I can hear peaceful gamers' toes curling from miles and miles away. But I wouldn't quite get your hopes up, but this is something that quite a few of us have asked for in the past for No Man's Sky, is something concerning, it's sort of a common foe in the universe that we can all sort of combat together now that No Man's Sky Online is a thing. And while I can't say that this is a direct hint at that, I'm feeling optimistic. And it's said that these weekend missions, which bring explorers together on a specific planet, will tell a story that will unfold over the coming months. They'll also offer significant Quicksilver rewards as well, which is kind of nice. So travelers who wish to participate will find a new chapter available at the Nexus each week, which from Friday evenings until early Monday morning this time will be good. So that gives us a lot of good time over the weekend for those of us weekend warriors that have a little bit of time to play on the weekend. That's going to be nice for us. And it says that we, for whatever reason, if we miss a weekend, these will continue to run for the foreseeable future, which is nice. And really, it's about time that they start bringing us all onto one planet again with sort of a motivation. And while they probably won't reach Fortnite levels of community event, which is something I'm really dying for them to put some time into, it really does a little bit to enhance the concept of No Man's Sky Online, which is a good direction for them to go. The Nexus is going to better feature bases in this new update 2.15. And of course, the big news. They say in a development update, Beyond brought a lot of new players into the game, as well as drawing back in a large number of old friends. We've been seeing some of our highest player numbers since launch, and with a wide variety of playstyles, VR and non-VR, lone travelers and multiplayer, many factions, base builders and explorers. The wish list of improvements and features continues to grow ever longer as our community grows. Your feedback and your love for the game are a vitally important part of No Man's Sky's journey. While today's update shows off a pair of new features, other members of the team have been hard at work on an update that will address a whole heap of community requests. We hope to be able to release this fairly soon. We take your suggestions and priorities very seriously when working out what to work on, so if there are things you want to add to ever-evolving lists, then please let us know through the usual channels. Now, there's so much to unpack with this here, so stay with me as I kind of cover this here. First things first, I want to get this out of my system here. I've already said that Beyond was kind of an underwhelming update for me, and it's kind of a subjective angle to take, I know. I'm not a VR user, so really that was was the primary pillar to that update. But really, for all it's worth, Beyond really didn't add anything significant to the game that wasn't already there in Next, and there was a few features that frankly none of us asked for. Coupled together with that, a really long-term hype cycle, and it was just this sort of exasperating time of waiting for something that really eventually never came. But since Beyond has come out, I've been saying that I really wish that they would return to the smaller updates with a shorter communication cycle, because really I just think that that was better for the game. And this might sour on some folks, but honestly, I would say an update like Abyss kind of added more to the game than Beyond did if you take away the VR aspect of it. It made oceans more interesting, it introduced underwater building. I mean, the list goes on, and I would say that that was probably an infinitely more interesting update than Beyond was, at least for me. So from what this looks like, it absolutely looks like that they are moving to hopefully for the long term from here on out, shorter update cycles with maybe smaller updates that are probably a lot more targeted. And I know all of you have a wish list for this game. All of us do. And I'm really excited to see that they're kind of paying attention to that now, right? The community has a lot of ideas for things that should be going into No Man's Sky. I know I have quite a few, maybe my top 3 being shipbuilding, dungeons, and a big space overhaul. Like, those are the 3 main things that I would love to see go to No Man's Sky, because I mean, shipbuilding, this game is just so open for that kind of concept, right? Just building your own ships from scratch. I really want that to be a thing. Space has been barely touched since launch, so a really deep dive into a space update for this game is really needed. And most of all, with No Man's Sky Online and really just an exploration aspect, really the game deserves this sort of open-ended, procedural generated dungeon exploring with your friends. You know, some dangerous places that you can go with your buddies that has loot and danger and monsters and whatnot. I just think that this game would be lost without that kind of feature. So what do you think, everybody? Are you excited for the new update coming? Has your issues with No Man's Sky been largely fixed? I know this is probably one of the largest cycles of bug crunching that Hello Games has done for an update post-launch. And speaking of wish lists, tell me, what is it that you want with No Man's Sky with this upcoming update? Put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all of that. Give me a hand and get this video a boost. So happy to have all of you back, and I'll see you in the next one.